Now we're going to look at some skills. Now it's important to note, right, that as a Shadow Blade there's so many things you could be that you've got to narrow it down a bit. Like I've had people in previous videos say to me, I've got a level 80 character and he can do what you say your character can do. At level 80, I should hope so. I'm trying to get this done before level 20. This character is level 25, he's an excellent Shadow Blade now. And he became good at it around level 19, so I actually succeeded. I got it in there below level 20 while the game was still new and while the game was still fresh with plenty of things to do. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get you an early Shadow Blade. So starting with the most important one, Sneak. I'm going to show you this first because there's some vital important perks I've got to see here. First of all, Stealth. You want to add points to this first one here as early as possible. And also muffled movement. Now if we go up here to Lightfoot, you see he doesn't trigger pressure plates and you got silent roll. That's a perk of basically sneaking. Now if we go the other way, we've got backstab. Single is sneak attack with one-handed weapons. Notice that, one-handed weapons do 6 times damage. Up here, right? Sneak attacks with bows, another thing favoured of assassins and shadow blades, do 3 times. Assassin's blade here. Sneak attacks with daggers, that's one-handed weapons again, do a total of 15 times normal damage. 15! By the time you get there you can kill anything in 1 stroke usually. But more on that later because we can double that bonus using armour. Now lockpicking, pickpocketing, not important for a Shadow Blade, although you will want to get them up if you're going to be a thief as well. Don't waste your perks on them, right? Increase your skills by all means, but don't waste your perks. In fact, you might want to avoid building these up at all, because remember, if you add a few points to them, that counts towards your next level. You could be level 40 before you get a working Shadow Blade if you train up other skills. What you need to be doing is your sneak, your light armour, because light armour is good for sneaking in. It says archery and one-handed, and ignore everything else. Just try and build up them 3 and you'll get your Shadow Blade earlier that way, right? Don't forget, once you've built these up you can always go and train up the others, but the point is you want that early Shadow Blade. You want a Shadow Blade you can use as early as possible before you've finished every quest in the game. Right, the armour one, you really need to pile a few down here on the first one just to protect yourself. I don't really bother with the rest because there's so much going on with a Shadow Blade that you can't really afford to throw your perks around. You've got to really stay focused. Archery is a good one. You pile as many as you can onto that, on the overdraw and critical and eye, you know, so because you can zoom in then. The rest of them are needed as well, but I haven't got there yet. One-handed weapons, again, more in the bottom ones. Fighting stance and savage strike. See, that one causes less stamina, 25% less stamina when you're using a power attack with one-handed weapons. Again, one-handed. Remember, all this is unrelated. All one-handed weapons get the bonuses. Standing power attacks do 25% damage with a chance of decapacitating the enemy. See, you can also add it to one of these hack and slash or whatever, but I recommend if you're fighting, use something like the bone breakers, you know, maces or whatever, and if you're going to attack, use blades. See, maces will stop them hitting your back, and blades are great for the assassination, sneak up behind, cut the throat bit, right? Also, flurry attack, right? Remember, you get 15 times bonus on the sneak attack once you get it to that assassin thing. Imagine doing that with 2 weapons twice, right? Double attack with daggers twice, 2 times 15 bonus, right, on a sneak attack, and that can be doubled again with armour, right, special armour, which I'll talk about. All the rest of them you can forget about, right? Don't add any points to them, don't try training them up. Illusion and alteration are probably a good things to add to a late game Shadow Blade or assassin, but don't try getting them too early. They'll be absolutely useless too early to you and you'll muck up your character. Right, let's go and have a look at something else, right? Now when you're doing your Dark Brotherhood quest, you come up with this, if I can find it. Right, here, Ancient Shroud. This is the Ancient Assassin's armour. Here you get resistance to poison, which isn't that brilliant. You get muffled and move silently. That's double muffled now, remember. If you took it with sneak, you get it again here. You also get that with the Nightingale boots from the Thieves Guild, which is also a good set of armour to have, the Nightingale's one. right? The shroud here, 35% more damage on bows. That's the best bonus you can get from the Nightingale or the ancient armour. You know, this is the one you want to keep, right? Also, you've got shroud gloves, double sneak damage, and with one-handed weapons. Again, one-handed weapons, not two, one-handed weapons, right? If you want to sneak around and do things, one-handed weapons are the ones to do. Now, if you look, we've got times 15 damage from the assassin's perk on sneak. We've got I can't remember what we've got two-handed weapon attack flurry thing, so that's 2 times 15, you know, times 15. And now with this we double it again. That means you're going to get a times 30 attack with a dagger. Now if a dagger does 10 points, times 30 will kill anything. Times 30 twice will definitely kill anything if you can sneak up to it. That is the core, you know, behind a sneak attack at close range. Bows are a little bit difficult. Now I'm playing this on, in fact I'll show you what I'm playing this on. Control settings, right, gameplay. See, adapt, right? That means they're not so easy to take out, but I still managed to do a pretty good job, you know, with this setting, right? Now don't forget, Nightingale armor comes with the Thieves Guild, right, as a prize, whereas the this armor is a special one you get, you know, the ancient assassin's armor, especially when you get, if you do one of the assassin job a certain way and get a token from one of the people in Whiterun, for a reading from one of the people in Whiterun. Otherwise you're left with the normal armor, right, which is alright, really. Right, first job we're going to do for the Night Mother, and this is a guy that has a job for us.
So you're the one from the Dark Brotherhood? I need you to kill the big laborer at Catalyst Farm. Here's the gold for the kill. Make it painful.
It's evil, I tell you.
Right, simple enough job. Right, here we are. This is where our target is, right there. Now, this is me muffled, right? Listen to me running. This is me not muffled. You see, you still make a noise. Either way, you make a noise. Also, just because you are in stealth, you know, you're stealthy and you hide behind something, doesn't mean you can hide in the shadows. The game doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You're still seen, you see. It's only when you actually go behind things you actually get to be completely hidden. It's got nothing to do with day or night, unfortunately. Now this guy here, right, we have to kill him without being seen. If we kill him now, right, after being seen by somebody over there, we'll end up with a bounty. If we actually wait till we're out of sight and haven't been seen in a while, then pop out of nowhere, then we won't. It's as simple as that, right? Now it's, what time is it? It's in the morning. I don't see anybody about. I'm going to just walk over here. We're going to take him out with a bow. Now always upgrade your bows to the best one you can get as you're playing the game, right? This is a, I can't remember what this is, a glass bow I think. Yeah. Look at that. You got saved by an invisible wall. Okay, let's try that again. Done. See? Nobody saw us. We were in hiding before we took the attack. Nobody saw us go into hiding, so we got away with it. If someone had seen us hide down there and turn their back for a second and then we fired the arrow, we would have got a bounty. Simple as that. Now, there is another one. These are for the assassin fans, by the way. We've got another one to do now. Our next target for the assassins is in this fort full of bandits, which also serves as a useful example for shadow blade attacks. Now I've got two problems here. A giant horse following me around named Shadowmare, which tends to be a bit easy to spot and attacks anything I attack, and bandits are patrolling all the walls and won't necessarily go down with a single hit from my bow. So the chances are this is going to end up as a straight fight on the outside at least. But we're going to try this the stealthy way first, taking out a few of these bandits from range before Shadowmare becomes involved and before the rest of his mates see us. Now, actually, before I do that, I'll just show you something, right? The weapon I've got here is the glass bow, does 48 damage, and I'm using dwarven arrows which does 12, well, does 14 damage, whereas the orc ones here do 12. So if you add it together, I assume if you add it together, you'll get 52, 62 damage here from a single shot. Times 3, remember, because of the bonuses. Now zoom in, it's going to be a bit hard to hit. Yes, am I good or what? I was expecting to get hit there. Now they haven't seen me. He's looking for me. See the eye? The eye shows he's looking for me because it's not quite flat. So's all his mates now. Look. Shame we can't see him. There he is again. Look. Just stand still for a second and I'll have you. I don't think I'm going to get that same thing twice. No, I didn't think I would. See, we're at such a distance now that our sneak skill is actually allowing me to remain hidden. Now you might notice the stamina here is being used by the eye to zoom in, you see. So I can only do it while I've got stamina. I can't do it all the time. So, we won't. They've disappeared, look, every single one of them. Typical, innit? It's when we want them to stand up and die on command. If I was able to come out of my hiding place. Yes! Am I good or what? Now, in case you're wondering, right, taking shots at that range is never that easy. I've just got lucky twice. Literally. I can believe I'm really that good a shot. Okay, 3 times in a row. Maybe I am that good a shot. Now we're going to prutz this now, and we should have taken care of the 2 guards on the front. We're going to go a bit closer and we'll probably end up going to get swamped by bandits now, so let's just try that. Now don't forget, as we do this, that I've got a times 3 bonus on bows, plus 35% damage increase from the armour, so it's all stacking up here. I'm also pretty good at stealth. I've got double muffle caused by the armour and the perk from sneak, so we'll see how good that is. I ain't quite at the stage yet where I can literally, you know, to remain invisible. There's another one right there. Damn, he's moved. Don't they always do that? It's when you get your... Oh man, he hasn't moved far, look. Right, they're looking for me now, so we're just going to pull back a bit. See, now they lost me. We don't really want to be charging in as a Shadow Blade. We haven't got the armour for it, but we could take them on with the skills. I think he's moving too fast. Or not. Okay, I'm officially declaring myself really good with a bow, okay? Even that I've been fluky 4 times. I think it's probably that zoom thing's helping actually. Oh, but you see the eye's gone, the flat thing's gone into a bit of a squinty eye. They're looking for us, you see. They do go looking when arrows hit nearby, by the way, they won't ignore it. There's another one. Keep hitting the wrong mouse button there. So he's seen that arrow land. Got him. So far so good. Well, they can't be the only people on these walls. We've got to get in that door anyway to get our target. So let's try and avoid any more bandits on the walls. I think we got everybody. Right. Remember, Shadowblade doesn't invite combat, he ends it. Right, you get in there, do the job, get out without getting a blow struck against you, which means your light armour shouldn't go up too quickly, right, because basically you don't get hit. However, you still need good light armour, so you add points to it and perks. Probably not as many as you should, but as other things though. Focus your perks on the combat skills to do with stealth, not lockpicking, and you'll be alright. Start thinking, oh, I'll add a bit of alteration to it, and you won't be. Trust me, you'll end up a really crap character. Now we've got to sneak our way around here now. Got no idea where these guys are at this point, so we're going to have to be very careful. Looks like our target is behind this door. Okay, we're going to get in closer here. Double dagger. Sounds like we've got a couple of them. One of them's our target. One of them's an orc. And they're not moving around much, you notice. Times 30 attack. Times 30 attack. Objective complete. You see? This is the dagger getting 15 times 15, and then the armour doubling it. Plus, don't forget I'm carrying 2 blades as well. Both of them are daggers. Right? So I'm actually getting times 30 twice. Right? That was actually times 60 that attack. Well, actually it's times 30 per dagger. Very few things can survive that. Now we're just going to check out the rest of this fort here as an example. See how it works out. I don't think there's anybody else here. Don't want to trip over anything like that. It's a cup. Didn't get the bonus then because he spotted us. I think he's got a mate in the area. Yes, he has. Just around here, I believe. The eye is still up, so they're searching for us. Here he is. So without the bonus, this isn't as easy. Still not bad though. You could probably do a better job with swords. I do carry a mace, by the way, for combat when it gets like that. Shit. That's a sneak. That's a sneak. By the way, see this book here, Rislav the Righteous. This is actually the best book to learn, well, to read if you want to learn about Kvatch. It tells you lots of stuff. See there, about Skingrad and Kvatch and skirmishes of territory fought over in the 5th century. Loads and loads of stuff. Definitely want to read that if you like Kvatch and stuff. Oh, look at that. Looks to me like this was Old Legion fort. Now the guards do respond to noise and stuff, but only if they're nearby. So we can get away with some noise, but it's usually best to get out of the way once you're done.
You picked a bad time to
Oops.
get lost.
She spotted me.
No more.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Best heal up. By the way, I always put 1 perk on health or restoration because I find I need it in the game. Right, so the first thing I do is stick a perk on restoration. Just so you know. I ain't robbing the things in this because, to be honest, I don't want to. This is just a video to show you how to do certain things in a certain way. Oops. By the way, you can fire arrows at these. I'll show you. Now, what's this? I'll close that trap bar, throw an arrow at it. There you go. See? Cool stuff or what? So I'm going to use that dagger this time, since it's at the top. Just keep a couple of daggers by for this sort of thing. Goes out to Skyrim. Back entrance. I've never done this. I've never done this before, by the way. I've got no idea what happens. This is all new to me. I'm winging it. Is it going back up? Double muffle. You might notice that double muffle, despite what some people say working completely silences, it doesn't, not even light armour. Because you saw that other woman hidden here creeping up behind me. And she turned around and caught me. So don't rely on it too much. Oh, we're back where we started. Okay, I think we're done. Right, we just cleared a fort off using stealth instead of an all-out attack. And as you can see, it works quite well. Use the bow for distance, knives close in, no need really for anything else, although I do recommend you do carry a mace and a shield around with you, because you will get into some fights where you've got to defend yourself, like taking on dragons, and it's very handy at that point to have maximum bonuses on your weapons, as well as, you know, your sneak attacks and stuff. Your sneak attacks are only any good really when you're sneaking on dungeons. Don't expect to be able to sneak up behind a dragon with your bonuses and win. Dragons don't usually let you do that. They usually see you no matter where you go. But as you can see, we appear to have emptied this fort completely. Well, there might be something up there, I suppose. But anyhow, job done. Now just a reminder what we just did. Right, no magic, right? We just focused initially on one-handed, which is that one, archery, light armour and sneak. And you can see by the number of points I've got in each which one's got the most. Right? Now you can get most of them running around doing quests without doing the Dark Brotherhood, like I said, right? But you will find that if you want to actually get these up particularly, you either got to act like a thief or an assassin or do those guilds, right? Like I said before, lockpicking, right, and lockpicking and pickpocketing aren't that important. Speech is useful actually, but not that important. Ignore all the rest of these. If once you get to a high enough level and your shadow blade starts working, you might want to consider alchemy so you can make poisons for your arrows. Restoration, always stick a point in restoration. Like I said, it's always useful. Alteration and illusion done later. I actually was thinking of building up my block, but I never really got to use it because nobody really saw me coming up behind them, so it didn't work. So it's just these, just one-handed, archery, light armour and sneak. Focus on them right from the beginning of the game. Don't let anything distract you. Don't waste any perks and anything else. Don't try and get your skills up in any other area. Once you've got your shadow blade into a workable shadow blade so it starts working, then branch out, alright? But don't do it until then. Like you see here, 53 points on one-handed weapons is enough to do the job, 66 is enough for archery, 57 is enough for light armour, and 70, well, as high as possible in sneak really, but 73 starts making a difference. And don't forget, these first level here, the stealth ones, that's where you get your bonuses, what you really need. It's the same with one-handed, it's the same with archery, you see. Point on that first one, right? Don't think you've got 1 point in it and then move on. As much as you can on this first one, and then select the other ones as needed. In the future I'll probably go for probably bladesman here, 3 points in that, you know, critical change, and take it all the way to the top. And maybe double savagery, dual wielding attacks do 50% damage bonus, or bonus damage. Sounds good, doesn't it, for a power attack with dual wielding weapons. Imagine all the bonuses you get out of that. Anyhow, the Shadow Blade is about stacking the bonuses in your favour, so add up the armour bonuses, add up the weapon bonuses, add up the perks bonuses, right? Make sure that when you're looking at these things, you see like 35% damage. Oops, wrong one. 35% damage on bows. Then we go to archery and we get 80% more damage there. We get a 10% critical shot. And we go up to eagle eye, zooms in. I think that zoom actually really does help actually, because I got 4 hits out of that, didn't I? And I don't usually do that when I'm not zooming in. So you might want to actually put that down as an early one to take. You know, the eagle eye one. So you require 30 skill on that. Now a dark elf will get archery as a standard bonus at the beginning. It tends to get destruction as well and a few other things. Anything with 25 points on it, like destruction there, illusion is 20, alchemy is 21. That's what the dark elf started out with, right? But I do think a Khajiit is probably the best one for this, right? Or maybe a wood elf, maybe, right? Because they'd be good for this sort of thing. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed it and hope you get a really good character. But just remember, right, stay focused on the skills I mentioned. Don't get distracted. Get distracted, you'll be level 40 and you'll still have a crap character. Trust me, I tried it. Goodbye.